As you can see, I'm here with all my fans. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There we go.
I'm Simon Welton, I'm the executive producer on Horrible Histories. Right now we're here shooting Horrible Science. So we're taking what we do for Horrible Histories, history, and applying it to science. We are shooting a Dua Lipa song about how we use science every day in our everyday lives. Every day's got its challenges, sort of making this show, because there's a million things happening at once, and we're trying to do a million different eras, parts of science, different characters, all sorts of things happening. Quite often a Horrible History sketch starts with, okay, we found out there was this monk in the 12th century, he did this weird thing, and it's quite funny in and of itself. Whereas with science, quite often a lot of the scientific things that we're talking about can get quite complicated quite quickly, and we've got to try and make them work for quite a big, bracket of our audience. The age range is quite broad, so we're trying to A, figure out how we make it work for our audience, and then B, where the jokes are, and how do we sort of contextualize that bit of science in some way that is funny. It's been really interesting for us trying to figure out this world and what we can put in it and how we can make science interesting in the same way that we do with histories.
I'm Ella Dennis, I'm a production coordinator on Horrible Science. This is our area, our floor of the studio, so everyone's kind of all together. We also have our little photography set up as well, so everything's going on here, which is really nice because all the departments get to mingle. It's really fun to see all the cast coming out in their costumes as well, getting a little sneak peek before they go downstairs.
My name is James McNicholas. I'm one of the actors on Horrible Histories and now Horrible Science. Been playing, 30, 40 different characters in this first series of the show. The one I'm dressed as right now is a guy called Huge Ego, who is kind of an eccentric billionaire businessman. And as part of that, I should point out, this is not all my real face. This is a prosthetic jawline, which I was fit for this morning, and it's about my 4th time wearing it, so it's getting pretty comfy these days.
Hey, what's happening? Hey, I'm Tom Nson, actor on Horrible Science, and also you can catch me on Horrible Histories. Look at this, bam! That's me up there. Look at this. This is some fantastic work we've been doing. This is the production floor, you see? Look at there. We've got butterflies. Boom. Everybody loves butterfly. Oh, check this out. Check this out. Look at this. Look at this. That's me. That's me. There's some other people as well, but I'm there. Yeah. Now, this floor is the production floor. We have the production office where the second assistant directors are. We have some costume people up here. This is also where the dressing rooms are. Once we get dressed, like I am now, we head downstairs to makeup where I'm going to take you guys. All right, when the lift gets in. Oh, look at that. Oh! We have our fantastic dancers right here. Look at this. Hey, hey, hey. All right, follow me through. I'm going to take you to makeup. Hey, there's Stuart. Second assistant director right here. Everybody. He makes sure that everything is on time and running smoothly. Are we on time? More or less. Sweet. Here we go. Here's the makeup room where I'm going to get my stuff done.
I'm Lisa Halstead, makeup designer on Horrible Science. Today's not too bad. We've got lots of songs today, so it's quite a nice atmosphere on set and not too stressful, but they still like to throw in the extra few characters here and there that they realise they've missed. It's probably the maddest show anyone could ever work on, but it is good fun. So, yeah.
I was in makeup for about 2 hours. which sounds like a long time, but they make it a breeze, honestly, because they're so good at what they're doing.
I think we've done over 500 characters this time round. We did 1,500 last year, or last time we filmed. We usually do about 45 minutes per character, unless they've got prosthetics or anything like that. So it's quite a fast turnaround for a sketch show, really.
But I've had a lot of prosthetics on this series. I've had these a few times. I've had prosthetic forehead and nose. I played a vampire with teeth, coloured contact lenses, and I played Albert Einstein.
So we just had Tamika on this morning doing a Dua Lipa dance in her big afro.
Yes.
And now we've got a quick change on her because she's come off set and she now needs to be in the next sketch. So we've got to take all the makeup off and get the wig on.
A lot of the time, the makeup does a lot of the work for you. And this is, I think, one of those cases. He's got this big wide jawline, and with that comes a certain degree of machismo and confidence, and so that brings a lot to the character.
Sometimes we'll put a wig on someone and they'll totally change their accent. They were going to do it a different way, and once they've seen what they look like,
yeah,
then they totally change the character. So it's nice to know that you have kind of such an important impact on the way they look kind of impacts the way they act.
Obviously, with a fictional character, it grants you more freedom. I think with the history, what you're usually looking for is one or two real traits from that person that you can massively amplify and exaggerate to create a caricature, and hopefully create a character that lives long in the memory.
Yesterday we had a new kind of characters that they threw on us when they changed their mind, so we've created the killers for that sketch. Sometimes I haven't got a clue what I'm going to do, so I'll go to Jemima in costume and we'll go, what are we going to do? And we'll make up a plan, and it always works out well in the end. So yeah, so it is a very collaborative show.
My name is Jemima Cotter. I'm the costume designer of Horrible Science. We do everything on Horrible Science, every period you can possibly think of. Dr. Big Brain here, this is one we had made. Dr. Big Brain, it was a lot of back and forth to come up with this. This was the final one, and in the end made him more like a cartoon. That was my idea. I wanted him to be like a cartoon. And the ideas were kind of Dr. Frankenstein, his coat, and then also a little bit of Withnail and I, because I wanted the movement. So when he's swishing around his lab, he's just got all this swish going on, which is rather nice, and also very daft, because this is daft, beyond daft. And we had to have his boots made by the amazing Thomas Rowe. Amazing boots, very beautiful. The men's feet in the Aristocats, if you know that, that's what kind of inspired me for those boots. Just the drawing, the shape of them.
Hello, I'm Luke, and I'm part of the cast for this series of Horrible Science, which is the first series, but also it's my first time working with the Horrible team, so I'm the new boy. It's an absolute dream come true. My biggest character, both in terms of the amount of scenes I did as them, but also physically biggest, was the Moon. Here he is, the Moon.
There we go. A lovely Moon, and then we digitally printed his gloves with moon prints. It's very nice. And this is done by the amazing Applied Arts, Martha Applied Arts, and so the whole thing is plaster soaked inside to make the sphere, and then they skimmed it, and then they put all this texture on top, and then painted it.
I had to kind of crawl inside, or a team of people would raise it and then lower it onto me. I'd have to wriggle into it. And then if I wanted to rest, they'd have to prop it up on a little wooden stand. But then it meant I couldn't actually see because the head hole would be too high. I played Harry Styles, which was so much fun. The great joy of this show is, one day you'll be a rock star, the next day you're playing you feel like a mad scientist or a magician.
You like it?
And then the next day you're a farm and you're being dragged through manure and you think, no, I am dirt, I'm no one. And that costume, I have stolen it. I have knit that. That's over. I'm gonna grab it. This is very much why I came in today. Hello, Rose.
Hello.
So I'm wearing this out tonight. That's the plan.
Right, now I'm going to take you guys to the studio. Let's follow me. Here we go. Now, on a sketch show, a set is completely different to normal TV shows. We have loads of different multiple sets for various different reasons. Here we have the green screen. This is our large green screen. We have 2 different green screen sections. This is the biggest one that we have, and this is where we do like some of the big scenes where we have multiple different people. As you can see, so I'm standing out here. You can't see my shadow on the back walls, so that means you can cut me out and key in any different background you want. I could be anywhere.
I would love to think that Horrible Science could be to science what Horrible Histories was to history. And I'm really passionate about that because I struggled massively with science at school. Trying to find ways to make that not just accessible and informative, but entertaining and something that kids might get excited about or at least have a chuckle about. I think it's really, really exciting.
They're coming out of your phone, they can travel through walls, it's a radio wave, sending TV and calls.
People write to us, which is brilliant on histories, and they go, I got interested in the subject because of the show, and now people have gone off to university that are studying history that sort of grew up with the show, and that's amazing when you get those letters.
Also out of the sun, it's so dazzling and white, you should all know this one, it is visible. Now, what do we call this? Now, do you know?
We're trying to do the same with science and kind of show our audience the different parts of science. There's so many areas, and not just your physics, chemistry, biology, but every one of them has then got sub-areas, there's space, there's all these things, there's all these bits to get interested in. And we're trying to sort of show that, maths can be funny. It can.
If we can have anything like the impact that Horrible Histories did in this area, then we'll have done a really good job.